You want to go from fat to fit? Then this is the right video for you. I did my own body transformation and I'm going to give you my top 3 nutrition tips, and at the end I will also give you a bonus tip as well. Now you may ask, what was your training routine? What did you do for your workouts? To answer that, I used to do only weightlifting and bodybuilding workouts, but I've changed my training style, so I'm going to put the link of my latest protocol as the pinned comment, so make sure to watch it later. Tip number 1, cut the grains and the processed carbs. When I started my own fat loss journey, I was trying to go low on carbs. Initially it was hard because I was eating a lot of carbs in the beginning, but I slowly brought it down, and the most amount of weight I lost was because I kind of went on low carbs. And listen, you still can lose weight with the carbs, but personally for me, because I used to eat a lot of carbs, like mainly rice a lot, this method worked. And whenever I also cut the bread too, it just became so smooth, and I was losing a lot of weight every single week, and I had no issues. And also you lose that bloated feeling. And the only type of carbs that I was having usually was mainly fruits, some honey here and there. Maybe sometimes I had rice here and there, maybe once every couple months. But because of this approach and this method of dieting, I was able to actually lose a lot of weight in a matter of couple months, like 5-6 months. I went down like 20-30 pounds and I felt great. And you may feel a little bit of low energy in the beginning, but you can definitely get through it. It's not that hard. And as long as you're eating a lot of protein, good fats, you can definitely lose a lot of weight, and also you're gonna be way more leaner. When you cut the grains and the processed carbs, especially the processed breads, processed cookies, all those sweets and stuff, you're gonna see a huge difference in your health, in your fitness, and also your mental power. Your brain is gonna work way better. You're gonna have no brain fog, and your brain is just gonna be operating way better. Try this out and you're gonna see a massive difference. Tip number 2, have a high protein diet. I'm sure you've heard this a lot, to have a lot of protein, but listen, it's so important. I'm gonna tell you a story. So whenever I was going through my own weight loss journey, I wasn't really prioritizing protein, and I did lose a lot of weight. But listen, when you lose all that weight, your body is gonna be kind of like a skinny fat, and you're not gonna really look your best. You don't wanna be that, okay? You wanna be more muscular, and so you wanna supplement your training with good diets, right? And big part of a good diet is having a lot of protein, right? Whenever I wasn't having protein, my body was kind of looking soft. I was looking smaller, I was looking with less body fat, but my body had that skinny fat type look because I just wasn't eating enough protein, and my body just didn't have enough nutrients to build new muscle for me to look more jacked, right? So I would definitely suggest you to start eating more protein, especially when you're losing weight, because also it's going to keep you more fuller. Whenever you're having a steak or a lot of barbecue and stuff, it's just going to keep you full, and you're not going to really get that hungry, because the fats also in the meat really helps you to stay satiated, you know what I mean? You can also have protein powders and stuff. Those kind of things help to get your protein in, but I personally don't really use them, at least right now. I used to use them in the past because of their convenience, but nowadays I want to get my protein mainly from food. So I would suggest you to do the same, because it's just less processed. Again, our goal is to be healthy as well. So I would suggest to also avoid protein powders. You can use it, it's not a huge deal. You can take some hits. It's not a massive deal, but for me and also for my community, I want them to be the healthiest. So I would say avoiding them is your best move. My suggestion is to have 0.8 to a gram of protein per pound of body weight, and this is more than enough. Some people say go more than 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. You can do that, but I would say as long as you're in this range, you should be fine, and it's going to allow you to have more macronutrients from other parts, fats, and also a little bit of carbs. Maybe you want to have fruits or honey or something. That's going to be good enough as well, and you're not going to have the look that I had because I was kind of skinny fat. So avoid that mistake that I made, and you should be good. Tip number 3, start tracking your food every day. Listen, whenever you see what you eat and you see how much you eat, it makes a massive difference. Whenever you have more information, you can also adjust your diet way better, and you can fix up your mistakes. I'm sure you heard the quote, if you're not tracking, then you're slacking. Whenever you see that you haven't hit your macros goals, then you can focus on that and get them up, and it's going to benefit your body, and also it's going to make your body transformation way more smoother. Personally, I made the biggest progress, and I was my leanest when I was constantly tracking, and I was really obsessed to make sure that everything was perfect. And I'm glad that I did it, and to this date I'm still tracking. And the moment I changed my mindset from I don't want to track because it's lame and it takes too much work, to I'm gonna track everything so I see everything, I just made my most massive progress in my fitness journey, and I was able to lose a lot of fat and look my leanest. And I'm still to this date constantly tracking my food, because I personally believe it's the most important thing, at least from a nutrition perspective, because if you can see what you eat and if you can see how much you eat and what type of things you eat, you can always adjust, you can always fix. And the moment you do that, it's going to be way easier for you to have the most effective diet for you. So trust me now, start tracking your food today and you're going to see the biggest transformation in your body very, very soon. And as promised, I'm going to give you a bonus tip as well. So that tip is to have one meal a day, especially in the beginning parts of your fat loss journey. This is going to be super effective because when you restrict the calories, it's going to be like such an easy way to lose like body weight and body fat, because listen, you're just not overeating and it's going to be easier for you to get rid of that fat, right? And I made a lot of progress, especially in the beginning parts of my journey too, whenever I was eating one meal a day. Like I was going at high school at the time and I was just eating a huge lunch and maybe like some protein after the workout, and that was it. Like I would just had one big meal and that was about it. And I made a huge progress. Again, I was also not perfect because I wasn't really focusing on macronutrients. I was just eating whatever. But if you track your macros, if you're on point and if you know what you're eating, I guarantee you, if you have one meal a day and you track your food, it's just inevitable that you're gonna lose weight. And this is just to make it easier. You don't have to do one meal a day forever, but it's gonna definitely help you in the beginning parts because it's just so convenient. It's simple, you don't have to overthink it, and it just works. So from my experience, one meal a day massively helped me, so give it a try. I know as a beginner it can be hard to figure out how to go about your fitness journey, so make sure to watch the video in the card above to avoid making those beginner mistakes. I appreciate you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to support my channel. Also join my Discord community and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.